What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm actually really excited. We're doing something really cool. We're adding heat to the carport and we're also adding electric, and hopefully we'll get some lights up. We take a peek over here. I've basically got everything I think I need to get this done. I'll get into all the bits and pieces and I'll throw links down below to as much of it as I can. Some of the stuff I didn't buy online, but I'll try and find something similar that you guys can kind of follow along with. I'm gonna go over everything we've got. Obviously propane, some heat right here. Solar, I'm so excited to try this out. And the rest of the stuff is in that box over there. But first, I need to take the Prelude out because I just need a lot more room to work in here. I think to avoid this whole issue in the future, I think I might move everything from this side over to this side and then drive the car in nose first, because the whole exhaust thing is just a bit annoying. Prelude's out. I don't know if you guys can hear me in that scene, but real quick, I'm just gonna repeat myself. I'm gonna move everything from this side over to this side, so that way I can take the Prelude on this side in nose first and still be able to get out on the driver's side. So I'm just basically gonna move everything over here, but before I do that, it is freezing cold and I can't remember where I put the thermometer. 37 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna give it a shot and I think it's gonna work really well just because the space is pretty small and it is well ventilated. There's definitely plenty of fresh air getting in both the front and the back side, so should be okay. But just in case, I'm gonna be using a carbon monoxide monitor, which you probably heard going off when I had the Prelude running. So I'm gonna use that just in case, always gotta be safe. And then we're gonna be using this thing on top of the propane. This basically just is what is emitting the heat. So screws on there, real simple like, and we'll get this going. And then use a thermometer to see how warm we can get it in here. Feel better about this little setup here. So obviously moved everything that was over here over to this side, made a lot more space. Actually switched the toolbox so that way it's facing the same way as this shelving unit as well, just to give me a little more space up by the hood. And yeah, that's what's going on right now. This thing is actually doing work, guys. Right now, you remember it was like 37, we're up to 52 degrees. So this thing, now the first thing I gotta do is set up the solar panel, and what I need to do for that is to create, well, I'm making like a PVC stand for it so that way it's mobile and I can move it and kind of change it as needed. So I'm gonna go ahead and start building that. Pretty much all I'm using here is, I think it's called a Ryco, I don't know, I guess it's Rich Solar. It's a 50 watt panel. I think the specs are on the back, so I may as well just show them to you. There you go. In case there's any solar junkies out there, that's what we're working with. 50 watt panel. I went and picked up a battery. It's a marine battery, so it's not a starting battery, so it's not really designed to give off a lot of crank ampage. Instead, it's basically meant to work off of a slow draw, which is what I'll be doing, running electronics and stuff. I'll wait to show you guys the rest of what's in that box, but for now, I'm gonna basically take the solar panel, flip it over, and I'm gonna make a swinging bracket out of the PVC to make this basically stand up and also make it collapsible if I want to move it or store it. That was honestly way easier than I expected it to be. I didn't even end up using any screws, well, except for these little eyelids. This top piece of 1/2-inch PVC is just wedged in there so well that it just holds everything nicely. And then obviously these PVC pieces I've wedged together, so they're not really gonna move. And I think this will work out nicely. If I just flip it up like that, I can basically dictate, depending on where the sun is. Obviously I can spin it as needed to point towards the sun. So if the sun is higher up in the sky, I can just tilt the panel back a bit to get it facing more upwards. And as it gets later in the day, I can at least move it up and then get as much sunlight as possible. I think you guys kind of get what I'm saying. And then I've added these little eyelets down here so that way I can run some little like tent stakes down through them just to make sure this thing's secure and not gonna move in the wind or anything. Not too bad though for just like a quick DIY. I literally just had a bunch of PVC laying around. All I had to get were these eyelids and some of these T connectors, and there she is. So we've got the solar panel ready to go outside. I'm not gonna bring it out there yet. Next, what we need to do is kind of, well, maybe I will bring it outside so that way I can run my wiring in and get this a little bit more situated for how it's gonna look permanently. The solar panel is just outside the front door, so what I wanna do now, I've cleared out a bunch of snow that was on this side, and I'm gonna basically run this, I picked up a 10-foot extension to run. It's designed for the solar panel. I'm not sure what the technical term is, but these plugs that come off of the solar panel, it's designed for those. And then I think, like I said, it's like a 10-foot extension. So I'm gonna basically run the portion that plugs into the solar panel out of the tent. Outside here we have the panel just to the, I guess it would be the right side of the carport. And basically I've positioned it so that way the sun basically runs this way. So I want to try and capture as much of that as possible. And then like I said earlier, I just pounded down some stakes into these to keep it from moving around. But like I was also talking about here, the extensions right here. So we just need to plug these into those and we can go back into the warm carport. With the cables running inside the carport, I believe they're live. I mean, the solar panel's wired up, so I'm gonna avoid touching the negative and the positive wires together for obvious reasons. And what we need to do now is set up the solar charge controller, which if I move some of this stuff out of here, is this guy right here. It's just a solar charger controller, essentially a solar panel controller. And what it does is you wire the panel in to this controller via these 2 points, and then you wire out to the battery via these 2 points. And this thing just gives you a lot of information. I mean, I don't know how much this one does specifically, but in general, these give you information about your solar setup, what's happening with it, and it will also have basically safety precautions set into it so it won't overcharge the battery and basically hopefully run power back to the panel when the battery's done charging. You don't want that to happen. So we gotta wire this thing up to those right there. And what I'm thinking is setting this whole thing up with the battery inside somewhere over here, and then mounting this guy onto the side of it. Super simple so far, knock on some wood. I got the solar panel wired up at the positive on the positive side, the negative on the negative side. Next we need to run a positive and a negative wire from the charge controller to the battery. I've got that kind of just sitting over on the little carpet thing, whatever you will, and I'll catch up with you guys once I have that wired up and this thing is pumping energy to the battery. It's been about 10 minutes and I've wired up the battery and everything is all situated now. So the solar panel outside is running cables to the solar charge controller, from the controller to the battery, and we've got all green lights. So everything is working as it should, and currently the battery is getting charged up. The only thing I wish this little controller here had was telling me like how much battery is in there, how much life is in that right now, but I don't know, so I'm just assuming this thing will charge until it stops blinking, and once it's blinking, I'm assuming that's fully charged. I have yet to read the instructions end to end. The last thing to do really is just set up, well, not the last thing, I still have a bunch of lights to do, but this inverter I picked up, I think it's like a 750 watt inverter, Synwave, important. It's a Synwave inverter. It's got 2 outlets on it here and USB. So basically I just need to wire these from the inverter directly to the battery terminals. And this is what will basically transfer or change our power from DC to AC, which is what we need to like power my cell phone, charge my drills, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and set that up, and then we can move on to lights. I'm actually cranking through this. Carport's looking good. Another update here. We've got the power inverter hooked up to the battery. It isn't as sketchy as it looks, I promise. This is actually kind of the most ideal situated position for all this. So if I go ahead and flip the switch, turns on, everything works. We've got little outlets underneath these flaps here, 2 of them. I think I have my USB charger out, so we'll go ahead and see if we can charge the iPhone. iPhone plugged into the USB. It is not charging. It shouldn't be charging right now. Why does it say it's charging? There might still be some power running through this, I'm not sure, but we'll go ahead, turn that on. And regardless, it's charging. Yeah, it's charging, guys. You can see the little like lightning bolt, you get it. It's charging, so that works out well. Finally got power in the CARPORT, so next up what I want to do is run lights. I've got some like just bar lighting that I'm going to set up above, and that's going to run off of the inverter as well. So yeah, I guess just got that to do, and then this thing will be pretty much all set in here. I'm really stoked to finally have power in this first solar setup I've ever done. Super simple. I think it's pretty safe. I'd like to add a fuse in there at some point, but for now this is pretty good. Again, guys, if you have any questions about what I've used to basically get this set up, I'll have links down below so you guys can kind of click away and figure out what is going to work best for your setup if you plan on replicating this or doing something similar. So hope that helps. I need to go get the lights. I'm gonna let this tent heat up with this heater for a bit because it got cold after I shut it off. And hopefully I'll catch you guys when we're hanging lights, and it's gonna get dark soon, so it'll be a good time to test it out. Let's check this out. It's getting dark out now. I've just wired up the lights, just kind of test wise. These are, I think, like 6 4-foot LED lights, and they've got them. I have them plugged into the inverter power switch. Boom, look at that. So I just wanted to test them out, make sure they were gonna work off of the power supply that I've created. So far so good. I'm gonna let them just kind of stay on for maybe like 5-10 minutes, see how they do. And then I'm gonna try and figure out how to set them up. I don't know, I may just put them all over on this side and maybe up on the top here. Just because my workspace is basically gonna be going this way most of the time. I'm never really gonna be over here because there's just not enough room for that. So, I don't know. I'm gonna think about these for a little bit, but guys, it works. How cool is that? As you can tell, it's getting pretty dark. I did string up all the lights and they're connected to the inverter, so I've just kind of zip tied them. So I just kind of zip tied them on each end to fasten them how I want them to sit. So they go all the way up there, up and across, and then made it one length over here. So go ahead and try and turn them on, see what happens. Battery is still charging, so we'll go ahead and flip the inverter on. And what's nice too is I have a light switch, so it's not always on if it's plugged in. So we can go ahead and turn these babies on. Woo! Oh man, that's so bright. What do you guys think about that? Definitely gotta adjust some white balance up in here because it just got way more blue. Quick little photography and videography thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch my white balance, that way it looks way more appropriate and color correcting isn't as difficult. So a little tip, guys, well, not even tip, just check your white balance and make sure you're setting yourself up for success. Okay, hopefully it looks a little bit better now. I'm gonna go ahead and I need to bring the Prelude back in, actually. I was hoping I would get this done a little bit earlier in the day, but I need to bring the Prelude in, and with all the snow outside, I don't have the ability to turn it around, so unfortunately it's gonna go right back in the way I pulled it out. But this time I'm gonna hug this side, as obviously I've moved everything over to this side of the garage, so time to bring the Prelude back in. Well, the solar panel is covered in snow kind of already, so I'm gonna have to keep on that at least through the winter. But the Prelude is in here. It's actually lit and we have electricity, so I am super pumped about that. I feel pretty good about the setup. I think I would like to maybe get it more off the ground and then maybe even flip it around somehow. I'm not sure. I just kind of want to get it a little bit more away from the front door just in case any like snow blows in or something like that. But either way, it's elevated up on some bricks. It's in that encasing. The wires are up off the ground. So I mean, either way, it should be okay. But leave a comment, guys. What do you think of the CARPORT? I'm pretty stoked with it. For just a DIY version of this, man, I'm pretty happy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a big thumbs up on this one for me and comment down below if you have any suggestions for the CARPORT, any other modifications we can do. I think I want to seal up the back door a little bit better so there's less of a draft. And there's some other things I have in mind, but let me know, guys, what do you think of it, how it's coming along so far. I'll definitely make a follow-up video on this solar setup to let you know how quickly it recharges, how long the battery lasts, etc. But outside of that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, got something out of it. Keep elevating. This wind's going crazy. I'll see you next time. Peace out.